Doug, we have one of our youngest guests ever.
Might be our youngest.
I think she's actually younger than Amy the Fly Tire. Yes, Grace Valenzuela. And she is married to a military man and a student. And
she immigrated from Korea.
Korea, so we have all kinds of stories to hear and an opportunity to confuse her with shows from the 70s that she's probably never heard of.
That's right.
Please welcome our special guest, Grace. Welcome to the Third Chair. I'm Peter. That is Doug, because I checked his ID. And we're here with Grace Valenzuela.
Yep.
Like Venezuela, only you're from Korea.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you for being on the show.
You're not related to the baseball pitcher, right?
No, just my husband.
Nice.
Nice. That's the only person you're related to.
Yeah.
So, we introduced you, told in the introduction, talked a little bit about some of the things about you in terms of what you're doing for school and where you're living. But you came to this country from Korea.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Tell us about the immigration process as you remembered it, and what was challenging about that.
How old were you when you came?
I was 10 when I came. So summer of 2012 is when my family moved to the U.S. It happened pretty quickly because there was a teacher-parent meeting for my younger sister, and she was in the second grade at the time. And the teacher told my parents, your daughter's falling behind in school. And my parents were kind of flustered by it. They're going, well, she's in second grade. What do you mean? And they're like, you need to enroll her in this class, that class. And my parents just decided that that wasn't what they wanted for their kids. So they just packed everything up, moved to the U.S. My dad went back and forth for a little bit because he still had to, close out his job in Korea. So yeah, I moved here when I was 10, about to turn 11 years old. I don't remember a whole lot about the immigration process because I was so young. But when it came towards the end of my high school and applying for college, you have to get your visa, your student, you have to submit all those things so that you can continue to stay in the country legally. Yeah,
did you do a green card or U.S. citizenship?
Yeah,
or?
I did that recently. So I didn't know, I was here on a student visa until I got married to my husband.
Right.
So that's when the green card process started because I had been an F1 student up until that point. So we got married, and then while he was...
So you're a failure?
Huh?
No. What is F1?
F1, I don't know. It's just called an F1 student visa. Okay. I don't know what the F stands for. It's just F-1 student visa.
Yeah, I mean, when I came to school in the U.S. and on a student visa, and then after I got married to one of my classmates, got a green card relatively quickly.
Yeah.
But it was a tough... we had to go to the immigration center in Oklahoma with all pictures of your wedding and all this stuff, and I got grilled for 2 or 3 hours.
You definitely... It's a whole process. It's expensive. You want to make sure that it gets done right, so you want to have an attorney, which you have to pay for. But yeah, we totally... I mean, we did not regret getting the attorney because he really helped us make sure everything stayed on track. We had all the correct paperwork. But yeah, from the time that I applied to the time I got my green card was actually about 12 months, I want to say, which is, in my opinion, pretty quick, considering I'd already been in the U.S. for almost 10 years at this point. So, yeah, that's how I got my green card, and they did, grill me. They want, we submitted our pictures from our wedding to show, hey, this is a bona fide marriage. It's not a green card marriage, because they don't want that. So.
Or military
now they can
marriage.
follow up and see, you're
Yeah.
happily married.
Yeah,
that's...
Yes, I'm happily married, I promise. Yeah. But it doesn't help when your husband forgets your birthday and your wedding anniversary.
Oh, man.
They asked him for my birthday.
So you had more than one reason to be mad at them for
I was so mad.
Isn't that you, Peter? Don't you forget birthday, anniversary?
Yeah.
I forgot my wife's birthday once.
No, he didn't just forget.
I'm kind of lucky. My wife forgets it when she's excited more than I forget our wedding anniversary.
Oh, jeez, no.
So I'm kind of lucky that way.
No, I'm definitely very hands-on about remembering stuff. And he didn't just forget my birthday. He said his mom's birthday instead. I'm like, what are you doing? I was so mad. I snapped right away.
Some people probably felt a little pressure there.
Yeah.
Well, I had a green card to being a Canadian, and eventually I got my U.S. citizenship, and you had to go and get tested, the citizenship test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so there was this little Filipino lady who was asking me questions. And I was waxing and waning philosophical, executive branch, legislative, judicial. And when we got done, I think I took an hour longer than I should have.
Oh.
Because she says that's a really long answer, but you just needed to say blip.
Oh yeah. You're just really trying to make sure they know.
So have you taken the test?
No. I've only had my green card for a year. You have to
have it for a few years or something.
Yeah, you have to if it's through marriage. If this person who sponsors you is through marriage, you have to have it for 3 years before you can apply for citizenship.
Oh.
So I've got 2 more years before I can apply.
Oh.
Do you also have Korean citizenship?
Well, yeah, I think I'm technically Korean citizen still.
Yeah,
but I can't do a dual citizenship because even though the U.S. allows it, Korea does not allow. Right, so I will, when I switch over, I'll have to denounce my Korean citizenship and then become an American. But yeah, my passport's Korean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, you were 10, so I assume you spoke the language relatively fluently for a 10-year-old?
For a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Do you keep up with that? Do you do any of your university studies in Korean or Korean courses or?
No.
Just take Korean 101 and just ace the course
Yeah, I mean, if I took Korean 101, I probably would do just fine. But I haven't if you're asking if I've studied Korean since, no, I haven't because I don't know if I just got lucky, if I was old enough for the foundation to be strong enough. But the hard part of keeping your language is you have to practice it regularly in order to keep it. Because, people tell me now when I speak Korean, I'm like, do I sound Korean? And they're like, well, yeah, but you have a little accent.
Sure.
So you have to speak it regularly. And I'll try to sort of keep it in my life without making it boring or a task. But listen to music or watching K-drama or talking to my mom.
Nice.
So that's how I kept up with
cussing
it.
her husband out in Korean. So
Never in Korean, only in English.
Yeah, I found...
I see Netflix. I think Netflix has a lot of dramas.
They do, yeah. Yeah, so I'll watch some Korean shows.
Did you watch the Squid Game?
I haven't yet, no.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
My daughter watched that.
Yeah, I know that was really popular.
That one was kind of I didn't really want to watch it because of the
I watch whatever
violence
interests me. If it doesn't grasp my attention, then I'm like,
I've noticed that in Colorado, there's actually a fairly significant Korean population. And I think some of it has to do with a lot of the military people getting Korean wives.
Definitely.
I stationed overseas.
Yeah, I actually worked at the Korean market store for a couple months, which was nice. Yeah.
Did you get talked to in Korean quite a bit when you
but when people look at me, they don't assume that I'm Korean. So if I know they're Korean, I will initiate it. So then they'll go, oh, you're Korean. I'm like, yeah, I'm Korean. And then we'll start talking in Korean. People don't just come up to me and speak in Korean.
You're not 100% Korean.
No. So I'm half Korean and half Pakistani.
I was going to say, I could see how someone could look at you, even say, are you Latina? Are you
I get
Indian,
Filipino, and I get Hawaiian a lot.
Hawaiian.
Yeah, those are my two main.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. So, did you have any trouble picking up American food after you got? Do you remember anything about coming here and struggling or perhaps loving American food? There
were definitely things that I've been looking forward to since day one, like burgers and pizza, things that little kids like, But there were definitely things that weirded me out, like peanut butter. People, one of the first things that a family friend wanted me to try was a PB&J sandwich. She was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love it.
Yeah, that's pretty American.
Yeah, and I bit into it thinking it was going to be the most wonderful thing ever, and I wanted to throw up right in front of her. I was like, this is the worst thing that I've ever tasted. I do not like peanut butter, still to this day, unless it's in a PB&J sandwich.
Oh, wow. I was promised great things eating Vegemite in Australia, and...
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
it's made from yeast.
Oh.
Spread me.
The aliens were pulling your leg. I think what's the one
you? It's not one of Australia's better creations.
What's the one you eat in Hawaii?
There's the raw tuna.
No.
There's also
Koi or toy.
yeah, I don't know. We'll look it up for the next segment.
Like, we'll look it up and come back
They'll
to
tell
it.
you right away. He said, yeah, most of them gringos don't like that.
Yeah.
And yet you don't.
Yeah.
And in the entire state of Colorado, have you found a place that makes Korean barbecue as well as your mother or family?
No, I don't try enough. I have too high of expectations. So
Do you cook it at home?
I try. Every now and then I do. Yeah.
We're going to talk more about
Yeah.
Food,
Yes.
yeah.
maybe Hawaiian food.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely love cooking when I'm at home, so I try.
Welcome back to the third chair.
Oh, welcome back.
Peter's here. He just points at me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask any more questions for the rest of the night.
I'm going to hold my breath.
Grace is here.
And Peter was just trying to figure out what was upstairs.
What was making the...
It's my husband. He's a big guy. He doesn't know how to
He's
walk
big guy.
quietly.
Yeah, no, it's he's here helping, working on the house.
It's usually our cats doing the noise. But this time
Yeah.
we can't blame it on the cats.
No.
Well, he's a little bigger than the cat.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although there's some pretty big mountain lions here in Colorado.
I swear before I was married once, they said there was a mountain lion in the area, and I swear I heard like something one night. The next morning I came and they didn't have dogs or anything, and I found this scat in my yard, and I'm like,
Oh.
I didn't ask anybody, I just threw it out, but it was like, I wonder if that was the mountain lion, because I heard a strange noise last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get pretty big in this area.
Yeah.
The males can get 200 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah,
Reagan's
big-
still bigger though.
Yeah.
He's still bigger.
He's bigger.
Yeah.
But his teeth are a little smaller than
A little bit, yeah. He's not quite as vicious. He's a sweetheart.
Okay, now you told us you're a Christian. Tell us about your faith.
Yeah, so I grew up Christian. My parents, since I was born, we've just been going like a church-going family, so I guess it's just been an ever-present thing in my life. And now that I've moved out and established my own independence, it's something that I choose to keep doing. But I've realized that it's something that you have to be a lot more intentional about, and there's still, even though I grew up Christian, I'm 21 years old now, even though I've known God my whole life, I still have a lot of questions, I still don't know a lot, so it's a bit, I'm like in a place where I'm frustrated with the lack of knowledge that I have.
I'm 64.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was old enough to where he couldn't quite remember how old he was, or he was trying to figure out how he was going to lie about his age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a little of both, and that's why you can't do two things at once when you're my age.
Well,
Okay.
it's always good to be a student and to
Yeah.
keep learning.
Oh, yes.
So,
no.
sometimes, I don't know if you ever feel this way, it's like the more you learn, the more you begin to realize that maybe you don't know as much as you think you
Yeah.
did. Or the amount of mystery is greater than...
Oh yeah, and the last few years, I mean, I read the Bible twice, and the second time I understood it a lot better because I learned other things in between.
Oh, really? Did you just go from Genesis to Revelations, or did you
The
have...
first time, and that was probably not the best way to do it.
Okay.
The second time, I got this Bible. You read something from the Old Testament, the New Testament,
like a one-year
like a
Bible.
parallel?
Psalms. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That was, I think, also helpful.
that's
Well,
nice.
Doug, I'm glad you didn't read the Bible twice, like a verse in 1986 and another verse in 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
It was great. 2 verses.
2 verses.
2 verses.
Yeah, just read the first one and the last one. You got it covered, right?
Yeah, exactly. You read the Bible from the beginning to the end. It's a book right
You're
there.
doing the spoiler alert to find out how it ends.
Yeah.
The earth.
If only the Bible worked like that.
So how do you put God into your everyday life? I mean, because you're busy.
I am busy. I think the biggest way for me is music. Music has always been just present in my life. So I really enjoy listening to music, whether I'm cooking or in the car or just folding laundry. If I'm ever doing a task for, a task that you do the same thing over and over for a long time, I'm listening to music, which drives my husband insane because I will blast it to where I can't even hear my own thoughts. But
I do the same thing. I think that's quite reasonable.
yeah, I want to live in the music. I want to feel it in my bones.
My wife and my kids, they'll let me know about it. That's too loud.
No, it's not. That's their problem. It's not too loud. It's not too
I
loud.
had a friend, and we were working together, and we were both working at Fort Hood on the road. I mean, for both of us. And he says, "They'll pick me up for dinner at 5." And I can hear his music like 3 doors down at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I come and knock on his door, and I had to knock really loud for him to hear me.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in, yeah. He says, "I was studying for the CPA." I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I could study loud and listen to music.
I don't know how he was doing it. But
Yeah, no, I love listening to music. I love worshiping, and I think that's the biggest way that I incorporate, because I won't just listen. I'll try to listen to the words, and then it'll make me think. And I like it, when the words bring something from the Bible, or it will, for whatever reason, whatever I'm going through, relate to my life. And it just makes me reflect on things. Or
Do you have a favorite group?
So I have this one Christian artist that I've listened to ever since I was a little kid. And he's, like, my parents had tons of CDs of him. So he's who I've been listening to ever since for as long as I can remember. His name's Don Moen. I have yet to meet anybody that knows him, but he is just my absolute favorite.
He's probably knows more.
Well, my first introduction to Christian music was Christian rock and Petra. I don't know if you know Petra in the 1980s.
Yeah, I mentioned to Petra. And
Striper.
Now they roll up on stage in their wheelchairs.
Yeah. No, when he said Petra, I said, well, I know the name Petra, but it's from a character from the show Jane the Virgin. So, no, I'm not. I have no idea.
So you watched Jane the Virgin?
I did,
That was a great show.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I've only seen it once, though. I'm probably going to rewatch it at some point.
There's another rock band called Whiteheart that was very good.
I heard of Whiteheart.
Yeah. Audio Adrenaline. The Newsboys I've seen 4 or 5 times in concert there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went through some
I
interesting
didn't know they were Christian.
Yeah, they are. And the lead singer became Michael Tate from DC Talk.
Okay.
Originally, they all were Australians.
DC Talk Christian band too?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Freak. Really
Jesus Freak. Or I Want to Be in the Light Like You Were in the Light. That song, I don't know if you know that one.
I heard the song Jesus Freak, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
My favorite Christian singer is Johnny Cash, but
Johnny Cash.
he wasn't officially a Christian singer, but
he
did it
gospel. He was officially known for some gospel, that's for sure.
He was a Christian that did sing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He put it in every concert. He would have a Christian section. And he had a TV show for a couple of years on the network, and he did it. And the network people said, get rid of the Christian sentence. And he said, nope. And he would keep doing it.
Elvis Presley sang some gospel as well, very effectively.
You know the thing about Elvis? You know how many Grammys he won?
No.
0?
1.
Oh.
Guess what it was for?
Gospel.
Yep.
Oh.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah, Peter's figured me out.
Yeah. Well, what I really appreciate about Johnny Cash are many things, but I really like the whole concept of the man in black and representing the marginalized and the put down and treated unfairly, and that's why he wore black. And he wrote a song about it. And the time I heard him sing it live, he actually apologized to the crowd. He says, like, I just finished this thing. We're going to try and sing it.
Because he debuted it on his television show.
Yeah.
So that must have been right after that.
I think so.
So did he come to Canada?
Johnny Cash? I don't think so. Not that I know of.
No, because he's toured a lot overseas.
Sorry,
Europe.
Grace, this happens a lot. We just totally move away from the guests and start talking about something else
What?
for 20
Johnny
minutes.
Cash?
Do you know Johnny Cash?
I know the name, but I
Okay.
wouldn't know a single song of
Folsom's
his.
Prison Blues or
He's
Ring
saying
of Fire.
Is he a country singer?
In
yeah.
part,
Okay,
yes, in
alright.
part, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how I know him.
He was also
Like,
an
I
actor.
think I associate him with.
He said his theme movie songs had 3 themes: God, murder, and love.
Okay.
And he was on Columbo at least once. The
where he's a murderer.
As a
He's
murderer.
singing a Christian song.
Another thing that you probably don't have a reference for, Columbo.
No.
Columbo.
No.
Detective.
Do you ever watch?
Remember, our
Mysteries?
guest is around 22.
Yeah. Also, she
Yeah,
grew
but
up in Korea.
Yeah, but she's really smart.
Do you watch mysteries, or do you like mysteries?
Oh, I don't think I watch mysteries. I just started getting into crime shows not too long ago. So
Well,
maybe
so that
maybe
is a
I'll work
mystery.
my way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like shows like Criminal Minds or
Yeah, but they
NCIS.
solve a
or-
mystery.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
You can
Yeah.
Google Columbo on YouTube and see all the movies he made, and he's kind of a bumbling detective that solves the crime. It's a really interesting concept.
Okay.
And with that note, we ought to...
When we come back, you're gonna tell us what your favorite Bible story is.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, you could be in the story.
yeah.
Yes.
Real people, real stories, real life. We're looking for guests. We're looking for you here on the Third Chair. I'm Peter, that's Doug, and how many different ways can we have guests?
Oh, at least 3. We could have them here in the studio in Colorado Springs. We've had guests all the way from LA on Zoom, and we have gone on location, and we got our 3rd one already in the planning phase.
Awesome. Send us an email and we'll get you on the show.
Welcome back to the Third Chair. There's Peter, who took a nap during the break, and Grace, who
No, we went off the rails. So why don't you everybody take a look at what it looks like in between set.
You're what?
I can't say- no.
You can say it.
Well, because
I promise not to say it.
no.
I'm not telling you the truth.
Plus the camera's rolling.
Yeah, no, I can't say because Reagan told me to keep it to ourselves.
All right, no. That's
Yeah.
do not.
audio on.
Do not.
Yeah.
Audio.
Wait, I don't have a favorite Bible story. I don't have a favorite Bible story.
Do you like King
No?
David?
Hold on.
You know,
Jesus.
Oh, hold on. Chosen. We've been watching The Chosen.
Yeah.
Let me think of something.
You know, my
Favorite
favorite
Bible
episode
story.
was the one with the kids.
The one with the kids.
Early, like episode 3 of the first season.
First season, it's not in the Bible when he's one of the kids finds his campsite and they come and
I
and then she
remember.
turns out
Oh
they're
yes, the
friends
kids.
and-
Yeah. Wait, hold on. There's so many. Come on, favorite Bible
You say
story.
that's your favorite Bible story. That's not in the Bible.
Even though it's not in the Bible.
We just did the feeding of the 5,000. You guys
Yeah,
into
but
it?
that's never been my favorite. That's not my favorite.
You like Matthew.
I do. I know. I'm trying to think of something with Matthew.
Well, ask her.
Okay.
Go and say you like the. Heard you like the Chosen,
Yeah.
and what did you like about the Chosen?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it that way.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay. I definitely have things I can say about that. Yeah.
So you've been watching with a group.
the Chosen.
Filmed. I was thinking
Like,
the
what's
others. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I couldn't get the Chosen.
No.
The Chosen. A story
Man.
about Jesus, and
Yes.
I've watched that, and
Yeah.
it's really well done.
Yeah.
And so tell us, who's your favorite character in the show? And
Yeah, so
parts
we've been watching the show. How long have you been watching for? Like a year?
Year and a
Longer?
half now,
A year and a
yeah.
half? Yeah, since the first season came out. We just we finished watching the first 3 seasons that are out. My favorite character definitely has to be Matthew.
he's a
I
great
think
character. In
he
that
is.
Show.
He's a character. He's so awkward and funny, and there will be like
Bit
a super
autistic,
tense.
it seems like.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. That's what we were talking about. We're like, he's a little on the spectrum there, but it's it makes him so much more lovable, which I think could be said for all the characters. Obviously, because I think growing up, when you hear stories from the Bible, you sort of put them on a pedestal. You think, oh, Jesus, the Savior of the world, and his 12 disciples. And at least for me, I thought they were above the rest of the humans. I thought they were, Jesus chose them as disciples because they were better or smarter or, whatever, above all the other humans.
You realize it may be the exact
I
opposite
understand
reason.
No, because I don't know the way that I perceived them when the stories of them they were portrayed, So I just thought that
serious.
they were serious and they're
that's
just
why
calm
I
and
remember having those
composed, right?
Mhm.
So then watching the show made me see the disciples as human, and it made me go, oh wow, they fight like my siblings do. They argue, they get into heated debatements like you would with your friends and family. And I think that made them more relatable. And that was just eye-opening for me. It was definitely weird, and yeah, I definitely love Matthew. And I love seeing Simon's character development, because he obviously has some tempers and communication issues and things like that. So I think that's been really interesting, and not only the disciples, but seeing Jesus as more human, because he is God and he's also human at the same time, and he felt physical exhaustion, he felt frustration, and he felt all the things that we feel as human. So seeing that side of him for the first time in my entire life was really refreshing.
Do you have a favorite scene that you've seen?
Probably just Matthew saying something, stating the obvious when there's like a really tense situation. Just like, bring it down, and makes you laugh, and then regroup for whatever's happening next.
I liked it. My favorite scene that has to do with Matthew. Remember, he's watching Jesus in the first few episodes and trying to figure him out, and he goes on the roof, and there's the kids that Jesus taught earlier, and he says, that guy is that guy, and she just turns to him and says, we know who he is.
Yeah.
It's like the little children that popped in my head right away is the little children should lead them, because it's like, she already knows.
Yeah.
She understands about Jesus.
Yeah, and little
They told
kids.
him he looked kind of lost, and he goes, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that to me was like my favorite scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Have you seen The Chosen?
I have not watched it. It's on my bucket list.
Okay.
But,
Season 3 final episode is probably one of those powerful ones that deals with walking on the water, and the way they set that up for the entire season, it's really well done.
Yeah.
is there going to be a season 4?
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
finished production on it, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think there's going to be about 8 seasons total, because I saw their page on Instagram saying, like dancing to a song going, when you're halfway through filming. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So they're only halfway through. I
It's a big
thought.
project.
Yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
seen all the people. It was kind of neat, and they showed like all the people, and it took like who sponsored them, and it took like 10-15 minutes to go across the screen.
Of course, when I think of like classic Judo-Christian television movies, I think of the Ten Commandments. You remember Yul Brynner and
Yeah, and Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston?
That is a great.
That
if
was
you ever get a
classic.
chance to see that movie, that is a great.
I may have.
I mean, it was done like in the late 60s, I think.
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe even
Maybe
earlier.
not.
Maybe, what do you think it was, like early 60s or
I think
50s?
They
I
usually
remember
show
when-
it on Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, but really
They can-
fantastic.
yeah. If you have a chance.
And
you-
then I also sometimes think of Mel Brooks' History of the World. I don't know if you've ever seen that
That's
movie.
really biblically accurate.
Yeah, where Mel Brooks is playing Moses, and he's got 3 tablets, and he says, I give to you these 15, and one of them falls over and breaks 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's move along to something more serious. Yeah. So, what are you doing for work right now?
I work as an intern for El Paso County. I've been doing that for almost 6 months now, and I'm hoping to start working full-time this summer.
What kinds of responsibilities do you have?
So I work in financial services,
Okay.
and I'm with accounts payable right now. And I just kind of, right now, just float around and help, the regular staff with whatever tasks they have to, meet their deadlines. So I'll process invoices, I'll voucher them, and I'll approve them, make sure, meaning making sure everything looks good and the amount that we're paying and recording is accurate. And
So you like business kind of stuff?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know
or
yet.
is it more the accounting part of it that you like, or
Yeah.
the?
Yeah, I think I definitely like the accounting aspect better than business. Because when I think of business, I don't know, this picture I have of like seriousness and coming up with strategies, it doesn't, like marketing. I hate marketing. I took a marketing class, like I said, and it's not that it was difficult. I just don't enjoy thinking creatively, I guess. I'm more of like, give me a set of tasks and instructions to go with them, and I will get them done. So
Well,
that's more where I'm at.
At least it's pretty exciting because you have all these computer programs to do this accounting business.
Yeah.
Whereas when Doug and I went to university, we had an abacus. Do you know the abacus with you slide the bead?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they just invented it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember 1978, like a calculator
Oh, shoot,
just
1978.
had come out, and it didn't do many
They
things.
are really old.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were
And I had a slide
calculators
rule.
because my friends, they were expensive.
Yeah, they were expensive too. They didn't do
Because
much.
I remember being in high school, and we snuck the calculator off my friend's dad's desk so we could figure out batting average because we were playing this board baseball game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was like,
I mean, for my first year science, I used a slide rule.
A what?
A slide rule?
this is a good trying to
I
describe
was
it.
born in 2001, guys.
Yeah.
It slid across.
Yeah, you got, and there was log scales on and stuff, so you could multiply and divide and do square root and different things.
Logarithms.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, you Google that. Both abacus and the slide rule. Or
I know what that first one is. I've seen that.
The engineering students used to wear, because it was long stick, so they used to hook it onto their belt buckle. You could always tell the engineering students.
Well, yeah, the ones at my university, they'd have the insert in their pockets for all the ink pens that would run.
But accounting majors, would have that too. They would have pencils more often.
The movie that'll help you understand that is Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, okay.
That's a great movie too.
Yeah, so
Probably a little different beat than the Ten Commandments.
Or The Chosen for certain.
do you see yourself ever having your own business, or are you more thinking you'd like to work for a bigger company? What do you see? And I know you're 21.
Yeah.
Lots of things can change.
I know I'm young and a lot can change. I could learn different things can sway my mind, but I really don't see myself opening up my own business. I just think I'd rather work for an employer. I'd rather be the employee because I don't think I would enjoy the wide variety of responsibilities I would have. I mean, I think I could do it. I'd rather be the employee, get my paycheck, go home to my husband.
Well, and if you want to have good work-life balance, sometimes that's the best thing
Exactly.
to do.
And we'll discuss more about balance or work-life
And
balance.
abacus is.
I hope not.
Educate
When we come
Grace.
back.
Welcome back to the Third Chair. We have Grace, who we're lucky to have, and we have Peter.
Well, you're unlucky to have.
I wasn't really going to be the one to say that.
Flash it on the screen.
Yeah, I was going to have the producers flash it on the screen. But you took care of that, Peter.
Yeah. Trying to make it easy on him,
Trying to make it easy.
Yeah, thank you. So, education.
Yep.
You came here all the way from Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me earlier you spoke some English when you came here.
Yeah.
But how hard was it to adjust?
So much harder than you would ever think as a 10-year-old. So I thought, in Korea, my English level was considered good, like even compared to adults, because it's not, English was being introduced as a subject more, but it's kind of like learning Spanish here. You may take it for 3 years, but it's not as though you're just going to go to Spain or Mexico or whatever and be super fluent and know your way around, right? So I would talk with my dad, but he would work. I would see him only when he's at home, and I guess I didn't talk to him a whole lot, not as much as I thought I did. So yeah, when I came here, it was like you're going to school, you're reading English, you're writing English, and not only that, the school that I went to for my first year, you had to turn everything in cursive. And I didn't even know what cursive was. The teacher just told me to do this and write your letters like this, and everything was just so confusing. Because, I was in 5th grade when I came here. So I felt like I'd just gotten the hang of school, and then all of a sudden it was like a whole new language. And trying to, speak it, listen to it, comprehend, and then process, and then, think of what I need to say and say it while not sounding like a completely foreign person was a huge struggle. So I've always been shy, but that made me even worse. Like, I did not want to speak to people. I felt like people were, judging me or making fun of me. So I was very introverted.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you still shy? Because I haven't seen it.
No, I'm making up for the lost years now.
The last years.
Yeah.
So do you think that helped you in the long run? Because, you had to conquer a lot when you came to this country.
Yeah, I guess. I don't see how it negatively impacted me at all.
Because you survived it?
Yeah. You had to.
You speak excellent English now.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You speak better than Peter does.
Yeah.
But he's Canadian, so.
Yes.
Well, your English
People think English is my second language, and it's
American English is my second language.
American English.
I learned Canadian English first.
What's the
We
difference?
spell all the words correctly.
British English. In British English,
they use different words, huh?
They do a lot of
Some
different words,
yeah,
different
like
slang.
elevators or lifts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different grammar rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
that's right.
sometimes I flip back and forth.
At least you drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah, but it drives my spell check crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. When you came here, did you watch TV? Did that help you learn English at all?
I guess, yes, because you have to think my English level wasn't at the 5th grade level. It was, much younger, but I'm the oldest of 3 sisters, so my youngest one just kind of took over the TV. So when I first came here, we watched baby shows, like American baby shows that would be on TV. So I started from the bottom, and then we moved on to
But
Disney
that might have been
Junior.
helpful.
Yeah, and then like Cartoon Network, and then I made my way up to Disney Channel by the time I was in like middle high school, and then I'm still playing catch up because there are so many shows that I haven't seen.
Do you watch SpongeBob SquarePants?
I never watched SpongeBob.
I was gonna say
She needs an American education.
Yeah, like I've never. If you think of movies, I probably haven't seen. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, like
I've seen
things
any
that
of
are
those.
like considered. Oh, it's a culture here. Like everyone's watched it growing up. I probably haven't. Yeah.
Wow.
So have you gone to movies here?
Yeah.
So what have you gone to?
Like watching movies.
Yeah, going to movies.
Whatever's new, if it interests me or my husband. Like Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
so
know
we
the
watched
Marvel
that.
universe.
No, I don't. I just watch whatever movies my friends watch.
So
Marvel,
did you understand
DC.
that? Did you like the movie?
Yeah. No. Because if that's what I told my husband afterwards, I was like, I appreciated how you don't have to be a Marvel or a DC fan to watch one movie. It's not like you have to start from the beginning, right? You
Right.
can just kind of jump in the middle, enjoy it for what it is, and then get
Yeah.
out.
Did you see, what was it, 10 Rings?
Oh, the Shawshank something. The 10 Rings.
10 Rings.
Simu Liu, he's the main actor in it. Yeah,
No,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I
the
did
10
watch it.
Rings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that one, that
Yeah.
was one of the ones I thought was really done well.
Oh, really? Yeah, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the female actress, I can't remember her name, Aquafina?
I don't know.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that a water
Bottle,
company?
yeah.
No,
I drink Aquafina frequently. Yeah.
no, I think that's what
It's
they
bottled
call it.
water. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking
That
about
could
like
be
the
taken
funny,
wrong.
like
Yeah.
she's funny. No,
Yeah.
that's not her.
No, oh, it isn't?
Yeah, well, she's funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a comedian, I think.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
was in that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
she-
exactly who you're talking about, and I know what movie you're talking about. I
That's
just can't
not
put
her
a name
name.
to it.
No, okay.
Now, did you ever watch the anime series? Any of the anime cartoons?
Like American or Korean?
Korean.
I did watch them in Korea. Yep, because that's what plays on TV on the kids shows. So I
think
did watch
some
them.
of them come over here. Oh, anime's big here.
Yeah, I think so. So like in Korea, like because anime is a Japanese thing, so like it would be dubbed in Korean, and that's how I would watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Do you, are there, I don't know, the sort of the equivalent of like really big name movies that are made in Korea that get popularized to the Korean sort of niche abroad? You know, that would be considered like a Indiana Jones kind of a big
Yeah.
film, the equivalent of that.
I don't know if I ever watched movies like that in Korea. I'm not a big movie person. I never was. So even in Korea and still now, I just watch whatever comes along my way. But
Was the-
I'm not like a franchise.
Was the Parasite,
franchise
was
person.
that from Korea?
It might
It
have
won
been.
Best Picture a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Okay,
It was kind of a horror movie. Do you like horror movies?
I do like horror movies.
You like horror movies?
I do.
Now, do you like the horror gore type movies or more the horror suspense thriller type movies?
I think the suspense thriller stuff. Yeah.
You know, we may have to kill her in when we do Sanitize.
Sanitize?
We're doing
A movie.
We're filming a movie next year, and we
Oh.
have to kill some people.
Okay. You can kill me, I
Donna's
guess.
really good at the makeup on these.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, we made an earlier version of that, and the biggest thing people commented on was we had
My son, his head was decapitated.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
and Donna did it, and so that's what people talked about. was like,
Okay.
Took forever to glue that thing back on.
So do you get books in Korean as well to read, or are you mainly read in English?
I don't read books. I read what I see on my phone. So if it comes in Korean, I can read it. If it comes in English, I can read it.
So like a physical book is sort of a foreign concept.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're in the 21st century now.
You
Classes are
know,
online.
I'm still old. I
did-
like to mark up a book.
But when you were in high school,
Uh-huh.
and this gets back to actual questions on this,
Oh, don't pull
He
one of those.
said-
that you were in English class. Did they have you read any literature?
Yeah, yeah.
So who did you read?
That's a great question.
You don't remember?
No, listen. We did read books. Oh, Animal Farm. We read Animal Farm.
Okay.
I like that one a lot.
So, yeah, our English teacher would have us do, he called them DRRs, daily reading record, something like that. Spark Notes. You know, we everybody used Spark Notes.
Oh yeah,
Smart no- Oh,
the summaries and the whatever.
Yeah. You just read the
we had a
summary.
different we had a different company when I was younger.
I
Sorry,
used
Dr. Crow.
Cliff Notes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, Cliff Notes.
My
Yeah.
teachers would ask questions that were most definitely not
Yeah.
in the notes, so that you had to read the book.
No, I mean, I did start, when we first did it, I did read, because I wanted to be a good student, and I am a good student, I promise. I'm a really good student. But I hated reading, and it just got to the point where everybody was doing it. And at least I did my part. So I would read Spark Notes and I would do my own thing. But some people in class would cheat even further. So my husband and a buddy of his, which, I mean, we're still friends with all of them, but and a friend of my husband and his friend, they would like take turns doing a DRR, and they would just copy it exactly. So they would do half the amount of work and then just copy it. And one time the teacher caught it, and it was because the question was something ridiculous, like you would have to write 5 questions and 5 answers, and it would be, was the snow cold? Yes, it was cold. Like, it's something really stupid. And so the teacher read it out loud in class, and my husband's friend got in trouble for it. But my husband never got in trouble for it. And he's like, I had the exact same question on mine. So then later on, after we graduated, my husband told him, he was like, he and I cheated all the time, right? And the teacher was just like, it's whatever. So it's all good.
Whatever.
Well, we'll have
That's,
more cheating stories when we come right back.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Peter from Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching, and as you know, I do help people with drug and alcohol recovery issues. I love to help people get better, but I also offer a variety of other services, including regular life coaching services. I've helped several people write and finish a book. I've helped a doctor that was in medical school graduate and then get into a residency. And I also actually have quite a background in mathematics, and I do some math tutoring for the GED as well as the ASVAB for those that are thinking about a career in the military. So my contact information is on the screen. Please send me an email or a text, and we can talk about some of these services and how I can help. That's Peter Grigg at Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching.
Third chair.
10 seconds in already.
Welcome to the third chair.
Third chair.
Yeah, I'm Peter.
Yes,
It's done.
I'm
and the
Grace.
guest abusing the producer, that's going in right now.
So we're gonna save more of your education until next week.
But in the meantime, I have a question, or do you have a question?
Go for it.
All right, now Grace, I don't know if this is true of Asian cultures or not, but do you have 1 year or 2 year, 5 year kind of goals? Do you plan things out like that far in advance?
That's a great question.
In a lot of detail, or are you more? How do you sort of handle planning for the future?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I was 10 when I left Korea, and I haven't exactly been keeping. I mean, my mom sometimes tells me stuff. I mean, I guess you just kind of do whatever is the societal norm. So you go through school, you go to college, you get a job, you get married. I think if you have any more, details within that, then that's what you plan. But I don't know that there are specific things that I can recall about the Korean culture about planning your future.
So what do you do now? How do you handle it now? Do you ever say, okay, in 5 years I'm going to have 2 kids,
Yep.
a master's degree,
Absolutely.
6 houses?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not 6 houses. I, with my husband being in the military, I have to sort of plan ahead because I never know where I want to go places, but then it's also difficult because I don't know where I'm going to be. So, I've now enrolled in online schooling so that no matter where we are, I can be flexible with my schooling. So, yeah, I definitely have, school goals, career goals, personal goals. So I know, from now that I just got my associates in accounting, I go, okay, I'm going to get my bachelor's in 2 years, and then I'm going to give myself another 1.5 years, 2 years for my master's. And then after that, hopefully when I'm around 25, I'll start working, building my career even more. And then we'll have kids, within the next couple of years after that, and then so on and so forth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's pretty much it.
Do you write them out or
No.
type on the computer?
No, I let my imagination run wild. I write everything down up here.
You write everything
Yeah.
down up there, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's young, she can remember.
Yes, I can remember
my
my
wife
age.
says that's my problem. I write
Yeah.
everything down by ear and instead of on a piece of
Yeah,
paper.
And then you're trying to remember what you had for breakfast.
Yeah.
Paper becomes more valuable
Yeah.
when you're older, or your cell
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah.
writing notes.
Or I'll talk to my husband so he remembers. But he never listens to anything. He doesn't remember anything I say.
Yeah,
so.
that's what they say, wives never have to worry about telling their husbands their deepest, darkest secrets because they're not really listening and they don't remember anyways.
No.
We do remember someone said there are cookies on the counter, though. I'll remember that.
Yeah, no, he'll remember the things that are convenient to him. Mm-hmm. He has no problem with that.
Just a secret that most men are that way.
Okay.
Well, for me, I just get inundated with so much detail about so many people's lives. It's like after a while, it's like, remind me tomorrow. I don't want to take the time to memorize.
I think one of the difficult things for our generation is you could track a lot more people closer, and I think that has caused some, I wouldn't say mental problems, but some anxiety, and I think some of the older people more than I think our parents who didn't have the computer like we have now.
I still use a paper day timer. I'll write down what I need to do, but I don't put it on Google Reminder or whatever, where they send you a note. You got a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock.
Oh.
We've had a calendar on the wall.
You calendar everything in on your phone. If I have appointments, calendar.
Oh, you do it on your phone.
Our calendar's on the wall. No. And you can't even hardly read it because my wife puts stuff in there and I put stuff in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then it's really tough to tear out the wall to take you with you to Walmart when you go shopping.
No, we have a list somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of pathetic that way.
Yeah.
The different generations.
Yeah.
Well, Grace, thanks for being here. You have gracious Grace agreed to come back next week.
You're trying to use Grace 5 times in the
Yeah. Grace, wonderful Grace.
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace. Yeah, how sweet the guest. So please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon so you know when we upload another episode. Thank you, and good night from the Third Chair.